Have you ever thought about where your produce comes from? Most grocery chains receive produce from various local and national farmers. In fact, there are about 3.4 million farmers in the United States today. But of that staggering number, only 45,000 are Black farmers. At the Better Buggy, we are a proud group of Atlanta-based Black-owned farmers, selling produce locally and nationwide. Our easy-to-navigate online platform makes it easy for you to make a one-time purchase or to simplify your life by subscribing to our weekly produce box. Whichever frequency you choose, you can order with confidence, knowing you'll receive 100% organic farm-fresh produce. If you're looking for a thoughtful gift for a loved one that they'd actually find useful, be sure to pop by our online store where you can snag a gift card your recipient can use to order their own produce and t-shirts. Ready to start supporting local Black-owned farms and making healthier food decisions? Visit thebetterbuggy.com now to start shopping.
Georgia, the father and son charged in the deadly shooting of Ahmaud Arbery last year are asking he not be called a victim. Gregory and Travis McMichael are accused of murdering Arbery in February. Lawyers for the McMichaels filed motions in late December, one motion requesting that Arbery not be called a victim in the trial, arguing it would be prejudicial. Another motion asks the court to limit photos of Arbery to just one in the trial. Both men have pleaded not guilty to felony murder, aggravated assault, and false imprisonment.
All right, y'all, there's an update on this story. Men pled not guilty to hate crime in Arbery's death. So this is May 11th, 2021 on CTV News out of Canada. 3 Georgia men pled not guilty to federal crimes Tuesday in the slaying of Ahmaud Arbery, a 25-year-old Black man who was chased and shot after being spotted running in the white defendant's neighborhood. So Travis McMichael and his father, Greg McMichael, as well as neighbor William Roddy Bryan, entered their plea before the U.S. magistrate judge. Well, they may feel they're not guilty. I feel they're guilty as hell. The Justice Department prosecutors said they plan to share the bulk of the evidence with the defense attorneys within a week and the rest in the next month. They they were moving swiftly with the state murder charges still pending against the same defendants. A Georgia judge has set a trial date in the state's case for October and will hear the pre-trial motions later this week. We know justice is closer. Marcus Arbery Sr., the slain man's father, told reporters outside of the federal courthouse in Brunswick, about 70 miles outside of Savannah. He said the Justice Department's decision to prosecute his son's death as a hate crime had been a big relief. The McMichaels armed themselves and pursued Arbery in a pickup truck after he ran past their home on February 23, 2020. Bryan joined the chase and took a cell phone of Travis McMichael shooting Arbery 3 times at close range with a shotgun. On April 28th, the Justice Department charged both McMichaels and Bryan, who are all white, with violating Arbery's civil rights as well as attempted kidnapping for using their truck and guns to detain him. The McMichaels were also charged with using firearms in the commission of a crime. The federal indictment says all 3 men illegally used force to injure, intimidate, and interfere with the young Black man because Arbery, because of his race. We know that's what it was all about. If the convicted of interfering with Arbery's rights, they could face a maximum sentence of life in prison. And that's what they deserve for what they did. That's what they did. None of them need to get out of jail. And Roddy, I don't think he will. He got sexual assault charges on him. He raped some women. Wearing white mask and an orange jumpsuit uniform, all three defendants confirmed their pleas to the U.S. Magistrate Judge Benjamin Cheesebro. It was the first time the members of the Arbery family sat in the same court as the defendant, who during prior court hearings appeared by video conference from jail because of coronavirus precautions. There was a moment where I wanted to break down and I remained strong, said Thea Brooks, one of Arbery's aunts. It's hard being in a room with people that you know have taken your loved one from you. Defense attorneys for the McMichaels and Brian have insisted that they committed no crime. Lawyers for the McMichaels said they chased Arbery because they suspected he was a burglar. Yeah, but they weren't cops. If you thought someone burglarized the house, you should call the cops. None of these men were cops. It was not within their right to do what they did. Okay. And of course, we know the video inside the nearby home that was under construction. And I saw that house. I don't know what you would have taken. They said Travis McMichael was fearing for his life when he shot Arbery. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. He was not in fear of nothing. He's just trying to use all that police lingo. So prosecutors say Arbery was merely out jogging, and there's no evidence that he stole anything from the house. He didn't. We saw the video. He didn't have anything in his hand. All three defendants have been jailed without bond since their arrest on state murder charges a year ago. They initially remained free for more than 2 months after Arbery was killed, but they were swiftly charged after Brian's cell phone video became public, and the Georgia Bureau of Investigation took over the case from local police. Yeah, because they were still trying to protect these guys. If you remember Jackie Johnson, the DA at the time, she was trying to protect them. The state murder case was set to move forward Wednesday and Thursday with Superior Court Judge Tim Walmsley. A hearing of 12 pretrial motions in Brunswick. Walmsley must decide whether the trial should be allowed to hear the unflattering evidence of Arbery's prior run-ins with the law, as well as racist text messages and social media posts or shared by the men who chased and killed him. That has nothing to do with the reason why you killed him. Okay, it has nothing to do with that. No, I don't believe it should be included. And I'm sick and tired of watching these trials where they go in the victim's background, but you're not allowed to talk about the defendant's background. That's a load of BS. And they did that during Derek Chauvin. Oh, George Floyd had a drug problem. Oh, George Floyd this and George Floyd that. Well, what about Derek Chauvin? Why was his background shielded in court? Again, more white privilege. So prosecutors say Arbery's past is irrelevant, exactly, concerning none of the defendants knew him prior to the fatal shooting. I agree with that. The only purpose for placing the other acts of Mr. Arbery before a jury is to smear the character of Mr. Arbery and suggest that his murder was deserved, which it wasn't. Prosecutors wrote in a court filing. Prosecutors have asked the judge to allow jurors to see text messages and social media posts that they made contend show a lack of racial goodwill by all three defendants. Their backgrounds are the only ones that should be discussed in court because they did the crime. They included a text message exchange from 2019 in which Travis McMichael twice uses a racial slur for Black people. And look at him. Look at this dude. Does he look like he got any room to talk about somebody? He looks like a slow hillbilly. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family. And remember, he's the same one that was crying like a little girl when he got arrested. Go back and watch the video. He cried like a little girl. Enough said.